everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing very well. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a kind of trial in the sense of I want to see if less is more. So in the sense of when I do my makeup, like if you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I like to wear full coverage makeup. I like to kind of go a little bit heavy with my foundation and my eyeshadow because I always feel like, you know, the more I put on, the better it will look, but that's not always necessarily the case. So I wanted to test out kind of different techniques today to see if I can still get a good look but not like pound on my foundation. So what I'm going to start off first is with a little bit of skincare, because I tend to miss out that part, but it is a very important part in a makeup look. So I'm starting off with the Holy Hydration Face Moisturizer by Elf, and this is a mini version that I got from their website. I think it was about a few weeks that I got this, but it is really nice. If you have very dry skin like me, this is going to help immensely. Like this, I wore this earlier today when I went out, and it still made my skin super soft. Like I cannot rave about this enough. I got a small version, but this I think is going to last me quite a while, just because you really only need the smallest amount. So I'm just going to take that in kind of all my dry areas, which is basically my whole face, and just kind of let that settle in for a moment. And then now I'm going to go in with my primer. So I'm going to go in with my Colourpop Pretty Fresh foundation, and I'm just using this foundation because it was kind of like the first thing that I picked up. When it comes to kind of like the heaviness of makeup, for me it doesn't matter about primer, just as long as your primer will actually stick to your face and help the foundation settle on top. So it's fine that this is still a little bit tacky, just because I want the foundation to kind of go on top of the actual primer itself. So I'm just kind of like lost for words. I'm just kind of like, what am I supposed to say right now? So I'm going in with this, and this is one of my favorite primers ever. Like the Pretty Fresh foundation is insanely good. I don't know if you have seen any of my previous videos where I talk about Colourpop makeup, but honestly I love them so much. And although the foundation itself is kind of medium to full coverage, I'm not going to be using that today, but I am obviously using the primer, just a nice kind of base. So while I let that settle in for just a moment, and the foundation I'm going to use today is the L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour wear in the shade 20 Ivory. So like I said, I don't want to go super heavy with my foundation, and the only reason that I tend to do that is to help cover up my red. In case you haven't noticed, I do have a lot of red pigmented kind of pigment on my skin because of my rosacea, and I always want to cover it. But I will see if I, you know, will get any kind of different by using the small amounts to kind of like buff it in and kind of hold it all in. So I'm using one of my brushes that I got from Primark, which is one of my favourite brushes at the moment. It is super handy. It kind of gets into the bottom corners and it kind of sits really well onto like when I'm tapping in. So I'm going to start off with the most minimal amount as I can, so like maybe 2 or 3 pumps. A lot of people might think that's a lot, but I have a big face, so I like to kind of go in with kind of a couple of pumps and see how I go on top of that. So I'm going to start off with my forehead, and so I'm going to start off with one of the corners of the brush, and I'm just going to tap in because I don't want to go too heavy-handed with this, even though I just started to like do my normal technique. But I just want to go as soft as possible, just so I'm not completely like dragging it down, because a big habit that I do have when I put on my foundation, I like drag it, and that kind of defeats how it should really settle. So because I feel this foundation is a very buildable one, I'm not gonna build it up too much, because again, this is a light look today. I don't have a concealer, so I'm gonna try my best to get into my inner corners. And as you can see, I haven't actually put a whole load on, but this is kind of a full coverage. Like I say, it's like a medium to full coverage, but I haven't gone over it a couple of times, and I still have quite a bit left on my hand. So I'm going to go on to the other side and just tap in. I'm sorry if you can hear a rustling noise, it's my fan. It is super warm today, so I I can't really just have the window open because it's football today, I believe. So I'm sure in about 5 minutes we'll hear some "It's coming homes" or something. So that's why I thought I would have my window closed. But yeah, I'm just going in with a kind of, you know, just tapping technique. And I know this technique is obviously nothing new or nothing special, but for me, I'm still learning. Like, I'm not a makeup artist. I'm just kind of someone who is obsessed with makeup, and I love makeup. That's why I wanted to like do this channel, but also to kind of gain different skills as well. And I kind of want today to be kind of natural look, in the sense of to hide the pigmentation and to just kind of make it look natural, if that's even possible with some makeup these days. But I guess with this foundation, because it is doing a really good job to kind of make me look a little bit kind of normal, normal in the sense of, you know, I don't have the red there. I'm just kind of patting it all in, so I'm not dragging it, or I'm not doing anything too harsh. And because my skin is a bit sensitive today, so I'm just being a bit extra careful. But as you can see, I mean, I've run out of it on my hand, but I'm not going to add any more because I feel like it's done a super nice job. So once that has all been settled in and everything's looking really nice and even, I'm going to go and set my face down with my powder. That's what I meant. So I'm going to go with my Revolution powder, and I like to go heavy-handed with a powder because I do get oily very quickly, and of course with the matte powder it will settle it down, but I'm going to try my best to just be very just soft-handed, because I'm going to go over it once and then stop, because I mean the only issue that I might have is my top lip, but I'm hoping that the fan is going to help me kind of like slow it down a bit. So yeah, that is just literally 1 or 2 taps, and that is me not using any more powder. So I'm just going to go in with the rest of my face. So let's go in with blush now. So I thought I'd go in with a very subtle blush, not anything that's going to be too crazy, and it's the one that I haven't tried in a while, and it's my Essence blush. It's like a blush and a highlighter, but I'm only going in with a blush today because I have my own highlighter that I want to try. But this is a very nice peachy toned. You guys know I like red standout craziness, but again, we're being minimal, we're being kind of subtle today. So I'm going to take my Spectrum brush and I'm going to tap it in slightly, tap off any excess, and we're just going to tap slowly because I don't want to be too heavy. And you can see that's a really nice glow. And one thing that I mean, as much as I really want to pile on this blush, I feel like this is quite nice and subtle. I do like when I watch other people put on blush and they're like, oh, that's really nice, I'm like, I can't see nothing. I'm the kind of person that wants to see a blush constantly and have it stand out. But you know, that's what today's video is about, to try something different, which I'm sorry that I'm repeating again and again, just kind of get it in my head that I need to like slow down. So let's go on to highlighter now. So the blush, it's there, and I'm quite happy that it's there. It's got a slight glow to it. Like even the actual blush itself does have a little bit of kind of glitter in there, which we're not going too heavy on. So actual highlighter time now. I thought I would go in with one of my favourites, which is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow highlighter, and again I am going to go in with my brush, but we're tapping slightly and we're just going to go in softly, because I of course want a glow, because highlighter is one of my favourites, but we're not going too intense, because if you see my videos, you know I'm like, let's get it all on, blah blah blah. But I'm, you know, I'm trying this out, so this is actually super nice. And what I just want to do is to just use a light hand on everything I do today. So, and that so far I feel like is doing a super great job. I do have to pat this down because of my face, but everything so far, like just looking, like even with the blush and the highlighter, I don't know how well you can see it, it's all just super subtle, and I do think that the blush itself is helping towards just the glow. So let's go on to eyeshadow. So I have 3 different eyeshadows that I was looking at and feeling like maybe I could do something with them today without going too heavy. So the first thing So the first palette I'm not going to try today is the XX Revolution, the new one that I kind of purchased from Boots the other day. This is kind of like a perfect type of nude look that I would want to do today, but again, it's super pigmented, so I'm going to be very careful but not use that. And then the other one that I have is the Jaclyn Hill Ring the Alarm palette, which was part of her kind of eyeshadow vault things, I think they're called. Yeah, so this is like a very nice reddish nude look. This one I might try, but again, very light-handedly. And then the last one is the Technic eyeshadow palette, which I absolutely love, which I said was a dupe for the Born to Something by Too Faced. I did speak about the palette in my review for the Technic makeup. I'm kind of in between both of these palettes, so I might go in with this one first and then go in with that after, maybe with a shimmer or something, because Morphe eyeshadows are quite nice. So I'm going to start off super light and just barely anything. So because these don't have any names, I'm just going to point. So I'm going to first go in with this shade just here. And I'm going to take it, oh god, there's a lot of fallout. I'm just going to take it on one of my brushes, and we're going to go all over the lid, just kind of as a transition shade, and you can see it just slightly there, and that's what I want. I don't want it too heavy, I don't want it to be a standout shade, so that's going everywhere. Right, so that is a nice transition. You can't really see it, but the whole point is just to have something very subtle and just a little bit there, really. So now I feel like I want to go in with the crease just a little bit, and I'm going to go in with this one just here, which has got my kind of nail indent in there. Because I mean, when I was reviewing this palette, I accidentally kind of dropped it and it just like went on my nails, so that feels horrible. That felt horrible, but yeah, it's all good. It's just sadly my palette did not survive all of it, but that's fine. So as you can see now, it is very it's kind of like building up a bit, but it's not too wild. So that's good. Okay, let's go on the other side. And now I feel like I'll go into the Jaclyn Hill palette now, just to use that a bit, give that some love, because it is actually been a while since I tried it. I tried it once on camera and I think I forgot about it because I have a tendency to go through my palettes once every so often, and on my second Instagram page I do swatches and lots of things of all the palettes that I have already, so that's why I was kind of like, you know what, I haven't tried this palette in ages, so I thought today was the day to do it. So because I used those two nude shades, I feel like I'm going to go in with Alert just here, and I'm just going to take a small blending brush, and because it's quite an orange tone, I need to be very careful, and I'm going to put it in my corner just here and just blend it. So one thing that's annoying about this palette, it keeps on closing when I'm trying to use it, so I'm going to hold it down with something and go back in just slightly. Okay. See, that's cute, it's nice. I'm trying so hard to like not go heavy on the pigment, but we're doing good. I'm proud of myself. That's pretty good, and now I'm going to go in with a shimmer now, just to kind of settle everything off, and I'm going to go in with Boom just here. So Boom seems like it's a kind of pink shimmer, and we're going to go in very subtle in the corner and bring it out, but we're not going too heavy, even though I love a shimmer, so you can see it ever so slightly. Okay. I need to be a bit closer with this mirror, so I'm going to go in with this, and one more time. Perfect. Alright, now let's go on to the other side. And I am going to go in with an eyeliner today, but I'm not going in too heavy with it, so okay. Perfect. This is actually one of the kind of lightest look I've ever done in my whole life, and I do really like it. It's so far seeming just quite natural, which is what I'm going for. So I'm going in with my Referral Slick Flick, it's called. So I'm going to do a very small wing, and I'm going to just go in a little bit with my, on the lid. I'm not going to go with the mascara today, just because I felt like the liner is probably more than enough, so be very careful. Right, that's all I'm going to do for eyeliner on that side. And I love this eyeliner so much. I've mentioned it a few times, but it's basically £2 or £2.50 from Revolution. We love Revolution, so if you're looking for a nice eyeliner, this is perfect. Oh no, I've gone too heavy on one side and not on the other side. Okay, let's make this a little bit thicker. That's fine, we're just going to leave it like that. So I'm just going to quickly go off camera and do my lips. So I'm going to use the Lolita liquid lipstick by KVD, and then with a lip liner I'm just going to go with my MUA Academy. They're not completely the same, but I'm just going to use it because this is the lightest lip liner that I have, and I'll be back. And we're back, and of course I went a little bit heavy on the lips, which I did not mean to. I apologise. With the lip liner I kind of went over a little bit, and because it's such a darker colour, it's my own fault, but I do quite like how it looked. And yeah, this is my finished look, kind of being as light as possible, and I think everything came out really nicely, especially with like the techniques of maybe not going in too heavy, which is what I feel like I need to do, because it's just not just a waste of product, but kind of just looking too cakey. So I feel like I don't look too cakey today, I hope. Let me know what you guys think, because I'm very intrigued by what you feel. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I film and upload every time I get a chance to. Don't forget to follow me on any of my social medias, because I'm always active on there. And I hope you're having a very good week, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye bye.